Fannie Mills, nicknamed the Ohio Bigfoot Girl, was born in the 1860s and suffered from Milroy's disease, a rare genetic disorder that caused abnormal growth in her legs and feet. Performing in freak shows in the 1880s and 1890s, her popularity was enhanced by her custom-made shoes, which were often displayed as part of the show. Her images are valuable for the medical and cultural records of the time. Married to William Brown, Fannie was also part of a family legacy of hereditary conditions, with her photographs offering important insights into the perception and treatment of people with rare conditions. Joseph Merrick was born on August 5, 1862, in Leicester, England. At the age of 5, he began to show signs of a rare disorder, marked by abnormal growths on his bones and skin. By adulthood, Merrick's head had grown to a circumference of about 35 inches, and the deformities had severely impaired his ability to communicate. After being expelled from his home by his father at age 17, Merrick ended up in a workhouse, a grim institution for the destitute. In 1884, seeking to make a living, he joined a human oddities show, where he became known as the Elephant Man. Although this provided him with some income, public interest in such exhibits waned, leading to Merrick being abandoned by his manager in Belgium. Penniless, he managed to return to London, where he was taken in by Dr. Frederick Treves, who provided him shelter in a hospital. Merrick spent the remainder of his life there, dying in April 1890 at the age of 27 due to complications from his condition. Despite spending much of his life as a public spectacle, Merrick was a sensitive and intelligent individual, known for his writing and the letters he sent to his caregivers. Grady Stiles Jr., known as Lobster Boy for his deformed hands resembling claws, had a life marked by tragic events. He had 4 children, 2 of whom inherited the same deformity. His circus show gained worldwide fame. Stiles was married 3 times to 2 different women and faced allegations of abuse towards his family. When his eldest daughter became engaged, Stiles shot the groom the day before the wedding. Although convicted of murder, he was not imprisoned due to the prison system's inability to accommodate his condition, receiving 15 years of probation instead. In November 1992, after years of abuse, his wife, Mary Teresa, sought help from her son, Stiles' stepson, to escape her husband. With the aid of a neighbor, Grady Stiles was shot 3 times in the head while watching TV in his trailer. His stepson received a life sentence, and Mary was sentenced to 12 years in prison, maintaining that she acted to protect her family. Stiles is widely believed to be buried in Showman's Rest Cemetery in Tampa, Florida. Stefan Bobrowski, famously known as Lionel, the lion-faced man, was an iconic attraction in early 20th century circus shows. Born in Poland with a rare condition called hypertrichosis, which covered his body with long hair, Lionel had a lion-like appearance, with hair up to 8 inches on his face and 4 inches elsewhere. From the age of 4, when he was given to German impresario Sedlmayr, Lionel was exhibited across Europe and began performing with the Barnum and Bailey Circus in the United States in 1901. Known for his gentle personality and acrobatic skills, Lionel was a well-mannered gentleman and polyglot who charmed audiences with his contrast between his wild appearance and refined behavior. After settling permanently in New York in 1920, he retired at the end of the decade and returned to Germany, where he died suddenly in Berlin in 1932 at the age of 41. Mirandajo, whose real name was Arnold Garrett Henskes, astonished the medical community in the 1940s by demonstrating his unusual ability to pierce his body with various objects, such as swords, without apparent physical harm. He claimed to have a spiritual protection that made him invulnerable. Dejo was examined by doctors who confirmed that the objects penetrated his organs, yet he did not seem to suffer serious injuries. Unfortunately, his final act involved swallowing a needle, which pierced his intestine and led to his death in 1948. His ability to withstand such injuries defied scientific explanations of the time and left a legacy of mystery about the limits of the human body. Ella Harper, better known as the Camel Girl, was born with a rare orthopedic condition called genu recurvatum, which caused her knees to bend backward and allowed her to walk similarly to a camel. She became the main attraction in a traveling show, where her unique ability was featured, and earned a weekly salary of $200, a significant amount for the time. After her career, Ella retired from public life, and little is known about her later years. She was widely documented in photographs and posters of the time, which helped preserve her legacy as a figure of curiosity. Born in 1868, Myrtle Corbin, known as the four-legged girl from Texas, had a rare congenital condition called dipygus, resulting in two pelvises and an additional set of smaller legs. Her unique appearance made her a notable figure in fairs and circuses, where she was widely publicized and studied. Myrtle married in 1886 and had 5 children, living a relatively normal life despite her condition. Stanislaus Barrent, known as CLO Boy, gained fame in American freak shows during the 1920s and 1930s due to his condition, syndactyly, which caused his fingers and toes to fuse, resembling seal flippers. He performed in renowned circuses like Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, where his unusual appearance was showcased as a curiosity. Offstage, Barrent led a relatively normal personal life, marrying and raising a family. He was known for his sense of humor, often joking about his condition. After years of performances, Barrent retired and lived out the remainder of his life peacefully. Prince Randian, born in Guyana in 1871 with tetra amelia syndrome, was a remarkable circus performer whose skills defied his physical limitations. At 18, he was discovered by the renowned circus promoter P.T. Barnum during an international tour. Impressed by his intelligence and dexterity, Barnum invited him to perform in the United States, where Randian quickly became a popular attraction. In his circus acts, he performed impressive feats such as lighting and smoking a cigarette with his mouth, and painting and writing with a brush and pen held in his mouth, earning him the nickname the Human Cobra. In 1932, he appeared in the film Freaks, which further increased his visibility. Outside the spotlight, Randian led a relatively normal family life, marrying Sarah, a Hindu woman with whom he had 4 children. Despite using a wheelchair to move, he maintained a playful spirit and an active circus career until his death on December 19, 1934, from a heart attack, just hours after a performance. Pascual Piñón, known as the Two-Headed Mexican, intrigued audiences in the United States in 1917. He performed with the Cells Floto Circus, where he adorned a benign tumor on his head with a wax or rubber face, creating the illusion of a second head. Despite the sensational nature of his act, Piñón led a relatively private life off stage. After retiring from the circus, he returned to his family in Texas. An interesting fact about Piñón's life is that he was not a professional performer by training. Before joining the circus, he worked as a railroad laborer. His unique appearance caught the attention of a sideshow promoter, which led to his career in the entertainment industry. Martin Lorello, known as the Human Owl, had the remarkable ability to rotate his neck 180 degrees due to extreme flexibility in the ligaments and muscles of his neck. He performed in Sam Wagner's Freak Show at Coney Island in 1938, drawing attention for his unusual skill. In addition to live performances, Lorello was featured in publications of the time discussing his abilities as a medical curiosity. His act challenged contemporary understanding of human physiology and left a lasting impact on the history of freak shows. After his career, he lived out of the spotlight, with limited information available about his later life. Isaac Sprague became known as the living skeleton due to unexplained and continuous weight loss that began at age 12 and persisted until his premature death in 1866. His condition resulted in an extremely emaciated body with minimal fat and muscle mass. The exact cause of his condition was never determined, though some speculate it could have been due to a rare form of muscular atrophy or another unidentified medical condition of the time. Sprague performed in circuses and freak shows, where his extreme appearance both fascinated and discomforted audiences. Despite his condition, he tried to lead a relatively normal life and experienced a period of relative tranquility before his health deteriorated. Minnie Woolsey, known as Cuckoo, the Bird Girl, became an iconic figure while working in sideshows at Coney Island. Born with Séquel syndrome, a rare condition affecting physical and mental development, Minnie had no hair or teeth, and she left a lasting impression on those who visited these shows. She gained notoriety by appearing in the 1932 film Freaks, where she played the role of a sideshow performer. In addition to her work in Freaks, Minnie was also known for her captivating performances and resilient spirit, which secured her a lasting career in sideshows. Annie Jones, known as the Bearded Lady, gained significant fame as a star of P.T. Barnum's famous show. Declared the nation's leading bearded lady, Jones not only showcased her unique trait but also served as a spokesperson for Barnum's Congress of Freaks, effectively challenging societal stereotypes and conceptions of beauty and normalcy. She started her career with Barnum at a young age and became one of his most celebrated attractions. Jones used her platform to advocate for the fair treatment of people with unique physical characteristics, pushing back against the marginalization they faced. George and Willie Muse were albino and black twin brothers, born in the segregated South of the United States. During the 1920s, they were kidnapped and forced to grow their hair long, being exhibited in circus sideshows as the Men from Mars. Their life under these conditions highlighted the exploitation and dehumanization often concealed under the circus tents of the time. After being found by their mother in 1927, the brothers were freed and able to regain control over their lives. In the 1870s, a compelling family moment is captured, a photograph of Anna Haining Swan Bates, a notable Canadian circus performer. Of exceptionally tall stature, Anna poses alongside her parents, Alexander Swan, who is seated, and Anne Haining Swan, a woman of average height. Anna, who reached about 7 feet 11 inches tall, reflects an impressive physical singularity. Interestingly, Anna married Roger Bates, a Scottish giant, and together they became one of the most famous attractions of the time. After retiring, Anna and Roger became involved in social causes, and Anna, following Roger's death, had her body preserved and exhibited in curiosity museums. Frank Lentini, born in Italy, moved to the United States with his family at a young age. Born with a rare condition, Lentini had a third leg resulting from a parasitic twin. This characteristic defined his career in entertainment, and he soon gained prominence in various circuses, including the Ringling Brothers Circus under the name The Great Lentini. In addition to his appearances, he was known for his athletic abilities, such as playing football despite his condition. His career began before 1914, marking his entry into American popular culture and highlighting his ability to turn challenges into a unique career in showbiz. Ruth Berry, professionally known as Mignon, meaning cute in French, became a celebrity between 1930 and 1965. Born around 1910, Ruth was known for her condition called phocomelia, a genetic trait that affected all 4 of her limbs and fused her fingers, giving her the appearance of having flippers. Mignon used her condition as the central feature of her act in circuses and variety shows, where her unique physical characteristics were combined with artistic skills to create striking performances. She married Earl Davis in the 1950s. He was billed as Hoppy the Frog Boy. James Morris, known as Hoppy the Frog Boy, was a sideshow performer in the early 20th century. Born with phocomelia, a condition that caused his limbs to be severely underdeveloped, Morris earned his nickname due to his frog-like appearance. Despite his physical challenges, he became a popular figure in sideshows, particularly with the World of Wonders, where he showcased his ability to lift weights and perform acrobatic feats. His condition, coupled with his determination to perform, made him a well-known figure in the sideshow community. In this 1932 photograph, we see Josephine Joseph, a renowned performer in circus sideshows, known for her striking appearance as a half-man, half-woman. Josephine Joseph's act featured a body divided into masculine and feminine halves, a unique presentation that captivated audiences and highlighted the diversity within the entertainment industry. Her portrayal of this duality earned her a memorable role in the film Freaks. Crau Farini, a woman covered in hair and with hypermobile joints, was discovered in the Laos jungle in 1885. Captured and brought to Western society by the renowned showman P.T. Barnum, she was introduced to the public as the missing link between humans and primates, sparking significant fascination and debate. This photograph, taken in 1889 by Julius Gertinger, captures Crau's distinct appearance, highlighting her role in challenging contemporary views on normalcy and human evolution during the 19th century. Johnny Eck, born without the lower half of his torso due to a rare condition called sacral agenesis, starred alongside Angelo Rossito in the 1932 film Freaks. He also appeared as a bird-like creature in Tarzan movies. Eck was much more than a film actor. He worked as a showman and illusionist in carnivals and circuses, where he was known for an illusion trick that made it appear as though he had cut his own body in half. He was also a talented painter and model train and village builder, as well as a piano player who led a musical group with his twin brother Robert. Known for his resilient spirit and positive attitude, Johnny often said he never felt like a freak and always considered himself an ordinary person. He and his brother, inseparable, frequently performed together. Felix Werle, known as Elastic Man, was a notable circus performer renowned for his incredible flexibility and contortion skills. Born in 1880 in Germany, Werle began performing in European circuses and quickly gained recognition for his ability to contort his body into impressive and seemingly impossible positions. His talent for stretching and bending his body in extraordinary ways earned him the nickname Elastic Man. Werle became a popular attraction in the United States after being discovered by circus promoters and performing in several renowned circuses. He was known for acts involving fitting into small boxes and performing complex poses, which set him apart from other contortionists of his time. Felix Werle died in 1930 at the age of 50, likely due to complications related to his demanding and intense career. Horace Riddler, famously known as the Great Omi or the Zebra Man, made a notable impact in the 1940s with his distinctive appearance. Completely covered in tattoos that mimicked zebra stripes, Riddler transformed his body into a living piece of art and became a featured attraction in sideshows. His striking aesthetic not only captivated audiences, but also ignited discussions about the boundaries of body art and the nature of spectacle in that era. Johanna Pauline Musters, known as Princess Pauline, was one of the smallest people ever recorded in history. Born in the Netherlands in 1876, Pauline had an impressive height of just 17 inches and weighed around 8.6 pounds. The photograph, dated around 1890, shows Pauline balanced in the hand of her manager, Marius Verschuren, highlighting the extraordinary diminutiveness of her stature. Known for her smile and friendly demeanor, Pauline traveled extensively across Europe and beyond, becoming a notable figure in the entertainment world of her time. Jack Earl, born Jacob Reuben, is known for his remarkable growth caused by acromegalic gigantism, reaching a height of 7 feet 7 inches to 8 feet. Earl found his stage amidst the curiosities and spectacles of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus for 14 years. Before joining the circus, he worked as a silent film actor in Hollywood and studied art at the University of California. Earl later transitioned to a career as a salesman. His life stands out not only for his extraordinary height, but also for his shift from a circus performer to a conventional career in the 1930s. Additionally, Earl was a talented poet and known for his philanthropic efforts, helping children and promoting education. Clifford Thompson, born in 1907, was a circus performer known for his extraordinary height of approximately 8 feet 3 inches, making him one of the tallest giants of the sideshow era and taller than his contemporary Jack Earl. Thompson began his career in the circus at a young age and quickly gained attention for his impressive stature, leading him to perform at various circuses and events across the United States and Europe. In 1936, he made a notable appearance at the Chicago World's Fair, where his height was a major attraction. Thompson worked alongside other famous circus performers, and his remarkable height made him a prominent figure of his time. He continued to perform until the late 1930s before retiring from the public eye. Clifford Thompson passed away in 1971. The 1865 photograph depicts Chang and Eng Bunker, Siamese twins born in Thailand, with their real names Chang Xing and Eng Xing. They were internationally recognized for their tours and shows, starting their showman careers in 1829. Seated in wooden chairs, the brothers shared not only a physical connection, but also a life full of challenges and triumphs. After settling in North Carolina, USA, they adopted the surname Bunker, married 2 sisters, and had 21 children. In the year 1890, a photograph captures attention, a Burmese family known as the Hairy Family of Burma, or the Sacred Family of Burma. In the image, the seated figure is Mafun, and the hairy man standing next to her is her son, Mung Foze. Both were known for their condition of hypertrichosis, which caused excessive hair growth on their faces and bodies. Before becoming circus attractions with P.T. Barnum, Mafun and Mung Fosse lived in the Burmese king's palace, where they were considered special figures and believed to bring good luck with their touch. In 1885, they were brought to the West and exhibited in circuses and fairs as part of Barnum's attractions, reflecting the era's fascination with the unusual and exotic. The Jaramillo sisters, Natalia and Aurora, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, entered the world of entertainment under little-known circumstances. The photograph helps document the early history of entertainment in the United States. It marks the beginning of these artists' careers during a period when the entertainment industry was still shaping its form and essence. Daisy and Violet Hilton, British conjoined twins, toured the United States in a variety show circuit during the 1930s. The photograph mentioned captures a rare moment of them celebrating their 17th birthday, portraying a personal moment amid a life marked by continuous public performances. Born in 1908, the Hiltons were adopted by a family that exploited them as part of a sideshow. They appeared in Hollywood films, including Freaks, 1932, and faced significant challenges in their lives, including health issues and long tours. In addition to their careers, they were involved in charitable activities. After retiring, they lived in relative obscurity until their deaths in 1969. Millie Kays's incredible skill is evidenced in this 1952 photograph, where she, a circus performer, performs an impressive act by swallowing the head of a 12-foot python. The event took place at the Peggy Bradford Hotel Bar, capturing the attention and astonishment of everyone present. Born Millie Munn in 1922, Millie began her circus career in the 1940s and quickly gained fame for her snake-swallowing acts. Known for swallowing large live snakes, including pythons and boas, she performed in circuses and made appearances on television shows and in films. The photograph taken in 1944 features Sylvia Portis, known as Sylvia, the Elephant Girl. Documented during her career as a circus sideshow performer, Sylvia is shown smiling in the photo while displaying her feet, which are visibly deformed by elephantiasis. Sylvia Portis was born with elephantiasis, a rare condition that causes extreme deformities due to the accumulation of lymphatic fluid in the tissues. Charles Stratton, born in 1838, was a variety performer who gained fame in his childhood as General Tom Thumb. He was introduced to the public by P.T. Barnum, who turned him into an international sensation. Standing at only 40 inches tall, Stratton traveled around the world, performing shows that combined comedy, singing, and dancing, often dressed in military uniforms and presenting himself as a miniature general. Millie and Christine McCoy, conjoined twins born into slavery in North Carolina in 1851, became known as the Two-Headed Nightingale for their remarkable singing abilities. Their early lives were marred by exploitation, as they were sold and exhibited in sideshows. However, the McCoy sisters transcended these challenges through their musical talents, performing as a vocal duo. They toured extensively in the United States and Europe, captivating audiences with their harmonious voices and multilingual performances. These tours allowed them to assert their identity and agency, challenging the restrictive societal norms of their era and redefining themselves beyond the exploitation they initially faced. Their legacy is a testament to their resilience and artistry. In this image captured in 1938, we see a rare scene at the Greenbrier Valley Fair. The photograph shows Michael Gorski, known as the Bear Man, a bearded dwarf famous for walking on all fours. Born in 1899, Gorski gained notoriety for his unique ability and peculiar act, which made him a popular attraction at fairs and circuses during the 1920s and 1930s. In 1938, at the Greenbrier Valley Fair, Silas Whaley, known as the Man Without a Stomach, captivated audiences by pulling his abdomen inward in a remarkable display, creating the illusion of having no stomach at all. Whaley, born in 1896, was renowned in the sideshow circuit for his unique physical feat, which he performed as part of a broader repertoire of acts that included extraordinary physical anomalies and talents. In the historical photograph from 1925, we see William Henry Johnson, known as Zip the Pinhead, on Coney Island Beach. Johnson, who became an iconic figure in the sideshow circuit in the United States, often performed as a wild man, despite suffering from microcephaly. His medical condition included a disproportionately small head, which contributed to his status as a public curiosity. In this 1930 photograph, we see Madame Gustica, whose real name was Gustica Kusuma de la Garza. She was a notable figure in the freak shows of the time, known for her striking lip plates, a cultural element she brought from her native Indonesia. In the photo, she is smoking a pipe through these plates, a practice that fascinated audiences and drew curiosity. Although the term duckbill tribe used to describe her does not correspond to a real ethnic group, it illustrates how freak shows often exaggerated or distorted cultures for entertainment. At the turn of the 20th century, the figure of W.H. Macmillan, an elderly American musician, captures the spirit of musical innovation in a photograph taken in the 1910s. Seated in front of a circus tent in Oakwood, Texas, Macmillan, known as Professor, is depicted ready to perform with his bow and fiddle in hand, next to his drum and cymbal kit. He is described as a one-man band, highlighting his unique and innovative approach of combining different instruments in his act. Fyodor Yevtichev, known as Jojo, the dog-faced boy, became one of the main attractions in P.T. Barnum's show in the late 19th century due to his condition of hypertrichosis. Born in Russia in 1868, he and his father, who also had the same condition, were discovered and brought to the United States. Presented as a wild boy captured in Russia, his unique appearance later influenced the creation of Chewbacca, the iconic Star Wars character. In addition to his performances, Yevtichev was known for his intelligence and politeness, speaking several languages and debunking the fictional image of the wild boy. Alongside Jojo, the dog-faced boy, the sideshow world also featured Alice Doherty, born in 1887 with hypertrichosis. Starting at the age of 2, her mother showcased her in local variety shows under the name Woolly Girl. Unlike many other performers with rare conditions, Alice never appeared in major circuses and was instead exhibited locally. In 1932, renowned director Todd Browning challenged Hollywood conventions with the film Freaks. The film portrays the lives of circus performers with physical deformities, reevaluating prejudices and humanity. In the historic photograph, Browning appears alongside the cast members, highlighting the unity and mutual respect they developed during the filming. In 1924, a notable photograph was taken by Edward J. Kelty, depicting members of the Ringling Brothers Congress of Oddities. This diverse group included remarkable individuals from various parts of the world, each with unique characteristics that drew large audiences to their performances. The photograph serves as a historical record of how human diversity was both celebrated and exploited in circus presentations during the early 20th century.